If you're a 7th or 8th grader, you'll remember this from when you were in 6th grade. I have, for a few years, read one of my favorite books called Ish by Peter Reynolds at the beginning of every 6th grade art year. You might recognize this story also by Peter Reynolds called The Dot, and it's also one of my favorites. So it's a 3-book series actually about creating, and it's The Dot. Ish is the second book, and then the third book is called Sky Color, also a great book. Peter Reynolds is an artist, but he travels all over the world, and but he's local. He's only about half an hour from here in Dedham, and he and his twin brother Paul run the Blue Bunny bookstore, so check that out at some point. Ish by Peter Reynolds. A little drawing there. Ish. Raymond loved to draw. Anytime, anything, anywhere. One day, Raymond was drawing a vase of flowers. His brother Leon leaned over his shoulder. Leon burst out laughing. "What is that?" he said. Raymond could not even answer. He just crumpled up the drawing and threw it across the room. Leon's laughter haunted Raymond. He kept trying to make his drawings look right, but they never did. After many months and many crumpled sheets of paper, Raymond put his pencil down. "I'm done." Marisol, his sister, was watching. "What do you want?" he snapped. "I was watching you draw," she said. Raymond sneered. "I'm not drawing. Go away." Marisol ran away, but not before picking up a crumpled sheet of paper. "Hey, come back here with that." Raymond raced after Marisol up the hall into her room. He was about to yell, but he fell silent when he saw the crumpled gallery. "This is one of my favorites," Marisol said, pointing. "It was supposed to be a vase of flowers," Raymond said, "but it doesn't look like one." "Well, it looks vase-ish," said Marisol. "Vase-ish?" Raymond looked closer. Then he studied the drawings on Marisol's walls and began to see them in a whole new way. "They do look ish," he said. Raymond felt light and energized. Thinking ishly allowed his ideas to flow freely. He began to draw what he felt, loose lines, quickly springing out without worry. Raymond once again drew and drew the world around him, making an ish drawing felt wonderful. He filled his journals. Tree-ish, house-ish, boat-ish, afternoon-ish, fish-ish, sun-ish. Raymond realized he could draw ish feelings too. Peace-ish, silly-ish, excited-ish. His ish art inspired ish writing. He wasn't sure if he was writing poems, but he knew they were poem-ish. Ponder. Pond ponder, dream yonder, pond pond, yond yond, gleam wander, by Raymond. Ish poem. One spring morning, Raymond had a wonderful feeling. It was a feeling that even ish words and ish drawings could not capture. He decided not to capture it. Instead, he simply savored it. And Raymond lived ishfully ever after. The endish. So I'm sure you can think of some reasons why I wanted to share this with you at the beginning of the year and at the beginning of middle school, because you may be thinking, what am I expecting of you as an artist? Going over the artistic behaviors and thinking about art is more important than what you actually create, the product. So developing your craftsmanship, developing your techniques and your skills, that can happen at any point. So your best effort is always really important, your engagement and your persistence and sticking with it. So there's no such thing as perfect. And, Raymond was trying to get his work to look right. And there's just no such thing. It's better to jump in and start drawing and then make an adjustment. It's a little too skinny and make it a little fatter. And it's a process of continual improvement. So that is my message to you. Be an artist. Don't be afraid to be ish. Don't let your fear stop you from creating.